Okay, so I'm thinking that we have a square base. For now, I'm just going to draw a 2D diagram of it. So this is it from the side. So say this is our square base right here.
Okay.
Then we're going to have, there should be a little pull in here, and the catapult itself is going to be attached to that. So say we use, for now we'll just put a little cup here to represent what we're holding the golf ball in.
Okay.
Well, here. Just show that that's not actually there. Okay, so the catapult will be attached there. Here, there's going to be a little latch, so that when we pull the catapult back, we can put the latch over the catapult to use the lock mechanism.
Okay.
And then that way, as soon as we're ready to fire it, we can just release the latch really quickly. There'll be a switch over here that lets us just flick it up, and the catapult will go launching. Now, as far as how we're going to get it to launch, we're going to have...
bungee cords.
Yeah. We're going to basically have bungee cords. We're going to have a little hook right here. Or something. And we're going to attach... So here. We're going to have a thing right here. And it's going to have a little bar going across it. So the idea for this is... we'll be able to stop the catapult, and if this is not the correct angle that we need to launch it at, we will build another one here to stop it further on, to stop it earlier. And there's going to be a bar going between, and that'll stop the catapult from launching, so that we can get a correct launch angle, whatever we want that to be, which we'll measure that out. So now to get this to launch, we're going to attach, say like, for now, let's say 4 bungee cords.
Okay.
Around here, and we're going to have something for them to latch onto right here. So basically, we pull this back. The bungee cords tighten. Now we're going to have to cut the bungee cord in such a way where we get the correct amount of force, because based on their length, we'll get a different amount of force.
Yeah.
So that'll have to go into our calculation. That's going to be the tricky part, is calculating power. If it was just the arc of the launch...
We can use different measures of bungee cords, like... We can use longer ones and then...
Actually, what I'm thinking is, we set the length of the bungee cords, figure out how much power we have behind that, and adjust the angle of launch accordingly.
Okay.
Because the power really shouldn't matter if we have the angle correct. So, like, I could be launching it really hard, but that energy might just take it really high up.
Yeah.
And then it'll go back down and hit the spot. So we shouldn't have to worry about height. If we do, then CHS failed us. So this is basically our 2D model of the catapult. Measurements. I'm going to say that measurements...
Trial and error might work, but don't think.
Okay, I'll do some calculations, and I don't think the measurement's going to matter all that much. What we're going to do is we're going to find, like I said, it's going to be the same thing as I explained with the bungee cords. We can just adjust the angle of launch to based on how much power is behind the catapult.
Okay.
And that should work fine. Again, the only problem that would come up is if the roof wasn't high enough, but
yeah.
It should be.
I mean, we're doing it in the main hallway, so it should.
Yeah. So it should be just fine. So anyways, we'll have to find. So our catapult's going to be over here. Let's just say that this distance is 50 feet.
Okay.
This would be easier with a calculator. So anyways, we could have, based on the power of it, we could have any real type of parabola for a launch. And these are pretty crappy parabolas, but It all depends on the angle we launch it at. So we're going to have to find out. We're going to have to do some tests once we build the catapult to see how powerful our catapult is, and then from there we're going to have to adjust the angle we launch it at so that it fits the power correctly.
Okay.
Which I think is where people struggle, because we
Yeah.
saw there were a lot of slingshots and stuff where people would just pulled back, and you have to have a set amount of power behind the slingshot,
Yeah.
and then calculate what the angle should be based on that power. So I think that's where other people would have gone wrong.